Welcome to Share Talk, the only podcast where investors come first.
Today we have Gervaise Heddle, who's the CEO of Greatland Gold, a company listed on the AIM market. Morning, Gervaise. How are you?
Good morning, Rob. I'm very well, thanks.
Good to hear it. Your interim results were released yesterday, so can you give us a summary of the results, what the strategy is for 2018?
Certainly. So, as we highlighted in the results released yesterday, we had a very successful first half in terms of exploration. We've also secured the finances of the company. We now have, as at the end of December, we had £4.5 million in cash on the balance sheet and no debt. So we're in a very good position to pursue our strategy of active exploration across all our key projects this year and also into 2019. And yes, look, just in a great position, and we've got the team on the ground now at Ernest Giles, and work has started.
Yeah, you said work has started there. You've had on Monday the MMI survey is what you announced. For those who are new to investing or aren't familiar with the process, can you explain a bit more with the MMI, what we can expect? How long does it take, for example?
Certainly. So MMI is a form of surface geochemistry. Basically, rather than drilling down into the ground, which is the most expensive part of what we do, we try to use various techniques to determine whether there may be mineralisation below the ground. In general terms, the two techniques are geophysics and geochemistry. MMI is a form of surface geochemistry, and basically it's trying to detect gold from the surface samples that we take. And the work done by Newmont at the Meadows prospect, that was something called deep sensing geochemistry, but again, it was a geochemical technique. We're following up their work. As you would remember, they delineated a large new anomaly, some 5 kilometres by 1.5 kilometres, and it's great to have such a large anomaly there, but we'd like to get more information about that anomaly before we drill it. So in essence, a lot of this program at Meadows is about doing infill MMI on the anomaly identified by Newmont. And then we're also doing more MMI work at Empress and Wishbone to extend and also to do some infill there as well at those two targets.
Okay. And with the Javier there's the drilling going on there. Is that going to be taking place at the same time as Ernest Giles?
Look, it might be. The Javier drilling, I think we announced that we would hope that commenced in April. So next month. At Ernest Giles, we're going to wait until we get back the results from the MMI samples before we commence drilling at Ernest Giles. It's not clear how long it will take to get back those results. It depends largely upon lab turnaround times. And as you know, the labs are fairly busy right now because the industry has picked up. But look, we're hoping to get them in a timely fashion and then commence drilling at Ernest Giles. What I can say is that we can be doing 2 drilling programs simultaneously. We have the resources to coordinate and manage that.
That's good. And how about the other projects? Are we able to get any updates there?
Certainly. Well, look, I mean, we haven't announced our 2018 exploration plans for the other projects, but look, clearly we have some very interesting projects that we do want to get stuck into there this year. Notably, I'd say Black Hills at the moment. The team is doing a lot of behind the scenes work there on data compilation, in essence bringing together a lot of data that's on the public record but is not digitised and needs to be pulled together from many different sources so that we can build a comprehensive picture of what is that prospect really about. And the information that we already announced, some of that historical information, some high grade gold intercepts near surface and some very good rock chip numbers, but we need to complete that so then the team can really decide, okay, well, how do we best approach this from an exploration perspective? But look, I think that's a really interesting target and a great target for a company of our size, because we hope that there is potentially an open pitable type high grade gold resource there at Black Hills. The other projects that obviously we're very keen on, Panorama, keen to get back out there and do more work, but we're just sort of working through what is the nature of that work. There's also been quite a lot of rain up there in the Pilbara, and I think that's hampered everybody's work rate. But that will dry out fairly soon, and we're just deciding, well, what do we do there? The other key project that I think we'd like to advance this year is Fire Tower. I won't say much more about that, but that is an important and valuable project for the company, and I think there's some things we can do there based on the things we've learned over the last 6 months about the best ways to track out the mineralisation there at that project.
It sounds like you've got quite a busy workload on then.
Yes, definitely. Well, certainly for the technical team in the field, it's going to be a very long season. We have a window each year in Australia to do this work, and I think we're going to use as much of that window as we possibly can. And also behind the scenes, we have geologists also doing work, and they're very busy. They have been very busy all through the last few months, and will continue to be so. So yes, it's a busy time for everybody.
Yeah, very good. Just a final question then. How do you see gold in 2018?
Well, that's a very big picture question. I think we are positive on the outlook for commodities generally, but the precious metals in particular. I've always felt that there's going to be some sort of event where, if there's a hit to market confidence, that will, gold and silver and other commodities will do very well. We've had a strong bull market now in the major equity indices and bond markets for a long time. And if those markets do pull back, I'm hoping that, we see a strong surge in the price of gold, and that will translate into strong performance for, gold equities. But look, it's, at the end of the day, my guess is as good as yours, but we are optimistic.
Oh, that's good. Gervaise, thank you for taking the time, and I'm sure we'll hear from you soon.
Yeah, no, thank you very much, Rob.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you for listening. Remember to visit our website for more news and other podcasts at www.share-talk.com.